Hey everybody, so check this out. A little suggestion from a squad mate I was playing with. Why don't we try Flakpanzer 1s? So I thought that's a great idea, let's do it. And what a suggestion it turned out to be. So, welcome back to the channel. I'm squatted up here with Der Panzer Paps, one of my YouTube subscribers. And we've been playing some higher tier tank battles. And he suggested we take a little break and play for... do the Flakpanzer 1 and troll a little bit down at the lowest tier possible. Like I said, what a suggestion that turned out to be. This was hilarious. So it turns out that at Tier 1, the BSU-57 equivalent is the German Flakpanzer 1. As you'll see here. So we're the only two who spawned in Flakpanzer 1s at the start because, you know, naturally most people are not going to do that. Even at low tier, most people don't spawn in AAA in a first spawn. So I wasn't sure if he wanted to go try to cap C down there or overwatch it, so I asked him, so he wants to go cap, so that's where we're heading. And I have it completely spaded, including with the new crew replenishment thing, Flakpanzer 1, so it's going to travel as fast as it can travel. And my crew for this vehicle is actually pretty good too, particularly for a AAA setup. So we're screaming in on C as fast as we can get there. And there is a Panzer 2C or Panzer 3. No, it is a 2C. So there's a Panzer 2C way out in front of us, and he's going to get to C long before we do, which is fine.
Attack the B point.
So we're not... I'm starting to realize we're probably not going to make it to C in time to have anything to do with it. So I'm adjusting my angle a little bit to head more towards the trees, because there's no way we're gonna race in fast enough to get to that. So, unfortunately, no cap. So he's taking some hits. Now the best thing I can do to help him here is put some artillery on the far side of the point he's capping, in between him and the enemies that are shooting at him. So that hopefully a bunch of smoke and dirt gets thrown up, and then hopefully any shot solution the enemy might have on him will get thrown off. So you may not always be able to hurt your enemies with artillery, but sometimes you can save your allies with it if you can just throw it up in between whatever's hitting them and give them a chance to either get away behind cover, or sometimes even just screen the shot and let them repair and return fire, or get situated somehow. So now I'm trying to just find a good spot to get into cover over here and sit over here in the woods and watch for A. I take a hit here, but it doesn't do any damage.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Take another hit that another shot that just barely misses me. I'm trying to get where I can overwatch C here. Another hit that doesn't do any damage, and I'm starting to think, I don't know what's hitting me, but maybe it's AI. And after another hit right there that doesn't do anything, I'm sure it's AI hitting me. And sure enough, an M2A4 just got destroyed right there where the shots were coming from, so. I'm gonna move up behind this tree that's wider than my tank, sit where I can take a look at C, and then I can also kind of turn and look up towards B, when I've got protection from the front from spotting and probably from being hit. Because I don't think a tree this big can actually get knocked down by tank guns. Certainly not the low cannon calibers that you see down here. Now, I didn't notice during all this drive down, but my squad mate actually got killed. Panzer Paps actually got killed back there, which I missed altogether as I was driving down here. So I'm coming over here to look and see what the heck happened. If he J'd out or what. And for whatever reason, the battle menu, the chat and battle menu got a lot smaller recently in one of the patches. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. But there's the guy that did it, taking hits there, and then as I look over, I can see him, and almost immediately, with my 20mm HVAPs, they pop right through and wipe them out. So I fire the rest of the clip off in a spotting function to see what else is over here, and there's nobody yet. Now, I saw somebody coming down up there, got hit and started a fire on him, and I can actually track the fire here. Watch how long this guy burns. It's kind of silly, actually. trying to find him again outside of the, to get some more shots into him. Get a few more hits in on him, and unfortunately all it did was just kind of yellow out his track. And I can still, he's still burning, still tracking with the smoke here. I get another hit through and knock out another crew member. And then somebody else takes him out. The Panzer IIc got him. So I'm not really mad that I ended up with an assist there, but it's kind of odd that how long the guy burned, and I don't think he hit FPE at all. So right now I'm just watching for more enemies to come from over the top of the hill or down towards C to try to take it back from us.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
And I'm trying to figure out which of these little dots in the background is an enemy tank that I can see. Now I see somebody get a hit here on an enemy up there. So I just fire some zigzaggy exploratory shots to see if I can get a hit on him and try to figure out what kind of tank it is. And I can see he's still taking hits up there. And I'm trying to zoom in on him and get a spot on him. I can see either artillery hit or he's firing. It looks like he's firing. So I'm trying to line up my gun with the commander binocular view and then fire another exploratory clip, and I get no hits at all and realize this is just going to be a waste of ammo, so he can't really do much to me back there. We'll just let him go. So I can see the direction where enemies are taking hits and being marked. Put some artillery up there to cover my own movement, and it's time to displace and move on and see if we can't do something about taking B. And as soon as I started moving, I thought I saw a movement behind that bush there. I'm looking, and sure enough, there it is. And he almost immediately just drives right through my stream of HVAPs, and there's a second kill. So as I'm slowly grinding my way up this hill, because everything in War Thunder has to be a hill, take a look out here over that ridge line where the predictable enemy should be sitting and camping and waiting to snipe. And it's funny sometimes, the things you expect to happen as just a matter of course in the higher tier battles, you don't always experience those in the lowest tier battles like 1.0 or 1.3 where we're fighting here. There actually isn't anybody camping up on the ridge line, hull down behind it, hopping away. So our team has taken B. And the tickets are finally bleeding down off the enemy side. And we're laboring our way up the hill as fast as we can get there. And then I notice on the map there's a green dot getting close. And there, sure enough, there's their Panzer pass. Catching up and giving me a little escort. And getting up the hill much faster than me with his much more powerful engine. It's kind of funny how much bigger, I mean, you think of the Panzer IVs essentially as small tanks, but look how much bigger it is next to the Panzer II chassis that my Flakpanzer is built off of. So I can see there's an enemy light tank right there by B getting hit. So I light him up with artillery to screen him off or hopefully damage or destroy him. And give a little, lend a little support to my teammates, and finally, an opportunity to be a actual Flakpanzer. And there's the third kill. 2 tanks and an airplane so far. It is nice every so often when you're driving a AAA vehicle to actually use it in a AAA capacity instead of just anti-tank. Something most BSU-57 drivers have never experienced. So I can see someone over here start shooting away pretty regularly. There's the smoke, you can just barely see it. Just to the right of my crosshairs. You see him in a moment. You can see that, there we go, straight ahead from me, watch, you'll see a smoke cloud. Somebody's firing, and they're firing pretty rapidly. So it's a smaller caliber gun, because it's reloading really fast. So I'm gonna head up and try to pick him off. I fire my gun empty here, so I've got a nice full magazine to drive in and fire with. And charge at full speed. Flakpanzer away! Somehow, that light tank is now capturing B away from us with all the blue friendlies we had right there. And here is the enemy we spotted. It's a Tetrarch. Or at least it was.
Excellent.
Sadly, I didn't see that P-26 in time to get a shot at him, but I guess I didn't really need to shoot him down anyhow. My artillery is recharged. I put it on the light guy that's taken B away from us. And then I decided to lend a little bit of assistance to Panzer Paps because he's taken pretty decent hits here. I'm preferring not to steal his kill here, and happily I didn't take it away from him. So there's another assist to go with my 3 kills so far. And now I'm going to chase after B. I'll leave him there to cover the ridgeline, fire support, draw fire away while I charge B and try to take it back. And as I turn around, that sure looks like a dot. And there's kill number 5. Just as I'm zooming back in, I notice what's pretty obviously an M2A2 up in front of me. I don't quite get my gun in position fast enough to light him up, however, so I'll have to chase him down. Luckily, he didn't really realize where those shots came from behind him and didn't turn around to wait for me in ambush. We're getting very quickly to the point where we've got to take this point back, though. There's the M2A2. Oh, just a regular M2. Never mind, just a regular M2. Make pretty short work of him. Shoot up another enemy that ended up being already dead and just the Hulk laying there. And then get inside B and start taking it back from them. Now I can see up here, just beyond these houses to the right, there is an enemy firing at our friendlies. But I don't know what it is, and I really can't do anything to... He unfortunately gets a pair of kills there as I'm waiting to try to capture B, and then he realizes there's still somebody taking B. He moves into a position where I can see him, and takes a couple right through the front armor. And there's kill number 7. I've captured B. I'm going to take a moment here to reload as much ammo as I can, and sure enough, we get to B, and then the enemy starts taking C, so we barely get to make any progress in catching our tickets up to their tickets, and we start losing a point again. So I grab as much ammo as I figure I can afford to wait for, and then charge down towards C. Now there'll be a little bit of hiccup here in the battle. This is where I in the video rather. This is where I realized that this battle was going to be worth keeping for a video. So I use Shadowplay to record, as some of you have asked me before, and usually when I start having a good battle like this, somewhere halfway through the video there'll be a little bit of a hiccup because I'll use the DVR function of Shadowplay and then start a manual recording to get the rest of the video. Because Shadowplay can only DVR back 20 minutes, and sometimes in a good battle it'll take a little longer than that, and I don't want to miss the beginning. So I know I'm going to end up charging down the hill here for C. I'm going to get to C pretty quickly, but if we start losing B, it's going to be a problem because I've already driven from C to B once, and it took a long time to get up that hill with this. Somebody's blasting away at me here. I see where it's coming from. I'm not sure if it's a real player or AI. Probably a real player. So I put a couple of magazines of 20 mil at him just to try and chase him away, scare him off, throw off his aim, give him something to worry about, and get a brief detection on an airplane there. But I can't see what it is yet. Panzer Paps got knocked out up there. And there's the Tetrarch that should have been the guy taking away C from us. I got some pretty good shots into him, but I wasn't able to quite adjust my aim just right with that bush in the way. And I was trying to just get some good damage on him quickly and then zoom in for a second shot. There's the enemy plane I detected. It's a Blenheim. Panzer Paps is coming back in a Ju-87. I'm not sure what I'm going to encounter at sea. So when he asked if I need bombs, I was originally going to tell him just try to take out that Blenheim or something, but I'm not. Now I decide, yeah, I might actually need bombs at sea. I don't know what I'm going to run into, and I am, after all, still just in a Flakpanzer 1. If I run into something head-on, I may not be able to deal with its armor. So here comes the Blenheim, and he drives beautifully, well, flies beautifully, right into my AAA stream, and I get to just watch the lovely burning trophy sail off into the distance there. For kill number 8 of the battle, in a Flakpanzer 1, without taking damage so far. So as I Tokyo drift to a stop at sea, and my friend, who I don't want to pronounce his name for fear of losing monetization on this video because it won't be ad-friendly anymore, and I are capping C. Sure enough, while we get down here and take C, now the enemy gets up and starts taking B. Right before we capture C out and start making progress on ticket bleed, they get back to B and take A. Now early on in the battle, we had no friendlies whatsoever near A. Now we've got a light tank right near A, and it's not moving in. I don't know if it's a player tank or an AI tank that somehow moved in later, but we really could have used somebody at the very least decapping A so that we would have a little bit of ticket bleed progress and catch up a little. But unfortunately, that's not the way it went. Now Panzerpaps did a good job there with his bomb. Even though he didn't get the kill, he chased whatever the enemy tank was back off the point, which did buy us a little bit of time. And he's going back in and strafing to light up and show our team what's there. It's a light tank, but with the light machine guns he's got on his JU-87, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage. And now you see where we're driving up the hill again, and just the engine power for the Flakpanzer 1 is just not enough to get up this hill quickly. Now the Panzer 3B over to my left has got a lot better engine and more power, and he's outstripping me getting to B. I tried to put artillery on B to scare the enemy out of B again and buy us a little more time, but he decided to chance the artillery, I guess, and hung out in it. And you can see there's the light tank at A who's not moving into A at all. I don't know if he was a player or AI, but if he was a player, I hope he learns how important capturing points is in the future. And I just cannot get up to B fast enough in the Flakpanzer. And then our Panzer 3B stops to shoot at the enemy instead of continuing on to try and knock him out in cap. I don't know that he would have made it into the cap either, but by stopping here, he pretty much guaranteed we're not going to take the point back. So I tried a little motivational technique of firing right behind him to get him moving, but it's just too late. I don't think he would have made it into B anyways, but at any rate, what a battle with the Flakpanzer 1. Simply hilarious. And then, a little cherry on top of the sundae. The Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Poverty, gives me a talisman. It was for the Panzer 3J, which at first I thought it was the Panzer 4J, when I was even more excited because I actually haven't driven the 4J yet. I've driven the 3J a couple times, but I only have a little tiny bit of research with it, so I'm happy to use that to spade it out. So moving on to the end result screen. Here you can see, did not quite expect this result. I was pretty entertained by this, so. As you can see here, 2 aircraft, 6 tanks, 3 assists, 2 caps, and no deaths. In fact, I never even took damage in the entire battle. So here's the kill feed. I'll let you watch the rest of it, and don't forget to check out my Twitter for updates, and I'm going to start making a Facebook page here pretty soon, and I'll send that shortcut out soon as well, a link for you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this funny little low-tier battle, and I'll see you guys next time.